we are assembled here today to celebrate the birth anniversary of our great immortal hero Subhash Chandra Bose, and this day is celebrated as the Day of Valor in our country. So we are really honored and proud to have this opportunity to celebrate. We have some activities on this day, and whenever we think of the long struggle for freedom of India, we cannot imagine the freedom without Subhash Chandra Bose. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, who we are celebrating his birth anniversary. And before we move to the next activities, with humble request, I would like to request Principal Ma'am and all the learned teachers to come and offer the flowers on the image of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I request you all, please come, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I request all the learned teachers to offer flowers. Now, after paying tribute to this great soldier, leader, hero, whatever we call Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, now we have a speech. So I would like to call Twinkle from Standard 10A for presenting a speech on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose.
Victory or defeat is not important, but the fight itself is everything. These words by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose perfectly capture his fearless spirit. Good morning everyone, Honorable Principal Ma'am, esteemed teachers and dear schoolmates. I am Twinkle from class 10A, and today, on the birth anniversary of this legendary leader, I am honored to speak about his extraordinary life, his sacrifices and his unyielding determination that continues to inspire us all. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was born on January 23, 1897 in Cuttack, Odisha. He was born in a well-to-do family, but it was not wealth that defined his life. It was his deep sense of duty towards his nation and his relentless pursuit of independence that made him a legendary figure in the Indian freedom struggle. Netaji's vision for India was that of a free and self-reliant nation, unshackled by colonial rule and empowered to stand tall in the global arena. With his famous slogan, "Give me blood and I will give you freedom," he inspired countless young Indians to take up arms in the fight for liberty. As we remember Netaji today, let us not only commemorate his heroic deeds, but also reflect on his ideals. Let us pledge to follow his path of integrity, courage, and selfless service to the nation. In conclusion, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's legacy is a beacon of hope, resilience, and national pride. His indomitable spirit continues to inspire generations of Indians to strive for excellence, to work for the betterment of society, and to uphold the values of freedom and justice. May we honor his memory, upholding the ideals of patriotism and self-sacrifice that he lived by. Thank you very much and have a great day.
respected Principal Ma'am, learned colleagues, and my dear children. Today is the 128th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. The whole nation is celebrating this day as the day of valor or Parakram Divas to honor the legacy of this unparalleled and extraordinary patriot. He is well remembered in the heart and mind of all the Indians, not only for his political leadership, but also for his vision and outstanding contributions towards a united and independent nation. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was born into a prominent Bengali family of Cuttack in Odisha. His father, Janki Nath Bose, was a reputed lawyer. Netaji was inspired. He was greatly inspired by his mother, Prabhavati Devi, and he was also inspired by two other great personalities, none other than Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Paramhans. They instilled strong values of patriotism and spirituality in his mind. From the very beginning of his career, Subhash Chandra Bose excelled in academics. He constantly secured the top ranks in school as well as in university. He graduated with a degree in philosophy in 1918, and just after 1 year, in 1919, he conquered the ICS examination at the age of 22. You can imagine that what talent was there with him. The ICS examination, Indian Civil Service Examination, now it is known as IAS, Indian Administrative Service, which is the most prestigious civil service, and this was known as Indian Civil Service at that time. And the Indian Civil Service examination was held in London, in England at that time. He had to compete with the English candidates also. Now, the IAS examination is conducted by UPSC in our own country, but at that time it was conducted in England, in a different environment. And there he ranked the 4th position in ICS examination, and after that he became an ICS officer. He served as an ICS officer for 2 years up to 1921. But in 1921, he left the job and joined the Indian nationalist movement. He left the job only for this reason that he could not He didn't want to serve under such a government which was oppressing his fellow countrymen. After joining the nationalist movement, he was elected as the President of Indian National Congress twice consecutively for 2 years, 1938 and in 1939. But due to the ideological differences with Mahatma Gandhi, he resigned from the INC and formed the Forward Bloc. After that, in January 1941, he escaped from India and went to Germany. At that time, the Second World War was going on. Germany, Italy and Japan, they were called the Axis powers and were fighting against the Allied powers. His contribution towards our country is extraordinary. And I want to conclude with a salute to these two patriots of our nation with one of his iconic slogans, Jai Hind. Thank you.
For a patriotic song. So, Madhu sir, please.